let's get to the shit in case you missed it. We always kicking it off until this shit is gone with COVID in sports. Now, the good thing about the last couple of episodes, we haven't had much to say.
Yeah, very, very light.
Very light when it comes to COVID. Now, we all know college sports has been trying to go on. We've been seeing some good games, but COVID is still the games from the future.
I'm just asking. Are any of us watching?
What college?
Look, I've never been a fan of college football, but are you guys watching?
I haven't tuned into a college football game yet.
I've seen it on ESPN, on SportsCenter. But
Yeah, it's like background, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get discouraged seeing blowouts, bro. And that's like every college game I watch.
And again, it ain't the same not having every conference there, every like game there and shit. I usually watch Illini play every year because, got a rep for the city. But ain't nobody playing, so it's definitely a different season. But we have one last game, at least one game postponed right now. Wake Forest and Notre Dame was supposed to be playing this Saturday coming up, but it got postponed due to 7 players contracting COVID-19. So, and again, we've seen other cases happening. These Power 5 organizations and leagues, and they try to keep shit on the wraps. They don't really want to tell people who, how, and where they contracted it. But the shit is active in these colleges. So, this is just proof that it is still a problem. We still dealing with a pandemic. Whether we want to get past this shit or not right now, we want this shit to be over right now.
We still dealing with a pandemic.
A pandemic.
Put your tinfoil hats on.
Message. See the brother, see plan. But nah, we still dealing with a pandemic. We still in this shit. And this is proof positive that this shit is still real. College football is trying. It ain't working. Kev, at this point, they're going to postpone the game. Reschedule it to when, we don't know. But it's like beating a dead horse. Should we continue with college football knowing that these new cases keep happening?
I mean, the answer is clearly absolutely not. But, bro, these colleges stand to make too much money. And then there was too many players that caused enough fuss because they hit and they woke to the pandemic, so they know it ain't, real. I don't want us to get slandered for fake news, but what I'm saying is there was more than enough people in those communities, those cities, that's like, let the boys play.
Right.
So the season's gonna go on. That's for sure.
And it's gonna continue to be a shit show.
Because them kids, they trying to have a good time too. So I don't know how strict the protocols it is for college versus other.
Yeah, they full of it. They think kids is not getting off campus as much as they think they got campus quarantined and locked up.
Yeah.
I've been on some big campuses, especially like Rutgers, or that's the biggest campus that I can think of. I've been to aside from UConn, bro. There's secret places and ways to get off campus and back on, like.
Well, actually, this weekend, me and Sabrina, when we were just in Stanford, we was at the UConn Stanford location, their campus right across the street from where we were at, and there was mad students out there. Like they got like a housing apartment like a block away, and you see mad motherfuckers coming out of there. Mind you, no masks on. Like
no, of course not.
Like just coming out of the building, no masks. The students they got like a little sitting area outside, like a little garden area. And motherfuckers sitting there having whole conversations like spit to spit, like saliva to saliva and shit, like right in, like dead in each other's faces. Me and Sabrina, we walking past, like we got masks on and shit, looking like fucking idiots. But I don't know the relationship to say, oh, well, who they are. But it just seemed like there was a lot of different conversations happening with no masks.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, because it's not real. Apparently, to certain people, and they don't care about it because again, they're young and they're dumb. And it brings up to my point last week. It's like, we know these big schools are, quarantined or whatever they need to be, but there are surrounding schools that probably aren't doing what they're supposed to do. And these guys are going to go to those other schools. Like, it's just what it is. They're going to go to those frat houses. They're going to go to those, secondary housings outside of campus. Like, and are they wearing masks? Probably not, because they're drinking. We were all kids. Like, we were all there. So
Right.
We're a few years removed.
Yeah.
Wasted.
Nah.
Fucked up.
Good times.
Jungle Juice is.
But before we move on from COVID and sports, and I guess you guys missed it. So Adam Schefter, our guy, one of our best friends.
Yeah, I'm not going to call him on this one because, honestly, there's no defending what he did.
So Sunday on Twitter, he posted like breaking news. See who now has COVID. And mad retweets, and nigga got mad followers, of course. So mad retweets, mad people commenting, like waiting. And he's like tuned into Sunday night, the Sunday countdown. Mm-hmm. So once everybody went on, and it was just like, oh, the VP of officiating just contracted COVID-19. Some old white guy. So everybody started getting on his ass on Twitter. Like, why would you gas it like that? Like, this is serious. Like, don't play like that, especially when we know like players are in close contact with each other. So for you to gas it to have everybody like, who got it?
Right.
And it be somebody who really is isolated from everybody else is like pretty fucked up about me. Then he went to apologize. And then like you saw like Joe Buck was like, yo, that was unprofessional. Just a lot of people, professionals in Major League, the NFL was upset. A lot of fans was upset because they were like, he gassed it to increase viewership. And that was like his way of doing it was kind of weak and shit. So any take on that and shit? Like,
again, he's my friend. I love him. I appreciate him. He was on last week with us. Yeah. And, usually I defend him and usually I back him up. I know he gets a lot of bad rep around other podcasts, other sports outlets. But I can't defend you on this one, Shefty. You're on your own, buddy.
Shout out to Shefty Jabino.
It's just Shefty.
He
I don't know who this Jabino person is.
Yeah, I don't know who the hell John talking about.
Yeah.
We talked to, that was Adam Schefter. Mm-hmm. Adam Shefty.
My friend Adam Schefter, yeah.
Yo, all I would say is, haters gonna hate, bro. Like, if he's trying to get his ratings up, I don't see no problem with it.
It definitely drove
I don't see no problem with it.
It definitely drove viewership. But
yeah, he also was like, again, we'll get to it too. I know we're going there soon, but he also like tried to like secondary report all the NFL injuries like that we had this week. Obviously, it was a bad week for.
Yeah, definitely a tough week for
that. But Shefty did the same thing. He was just like, oh yeah, like Christian McCaffrey's out, for the next 3 weeks. Saquon Barkley this, Joey Bosa this, and you're like, dude, it's already been said. Like, what are you doing?
Right. Yeah. We'll get to NFL and the injuries later on.
Yikes.
That's the end of COVID and sports. In case you missed it, my guy, Ty Lawson, is in trouble, a little bit of trouble in China. Now, Ty Lawson, former NBA player, former Tar Heel, long career in the NBA. He's now playing or was playing in China. But unfortunately, he was recently released from the team that he was playing for and banned from the CBA, the Chinese Basketball Association, due to some social media comments that he made. Now,
haters gonna hate, son.
Look, here's what happened. Ty posted on Instagram an Asian woman. He didn't show her face. He just showed
did you see the picture?
Yes. So picture here. Look at the picture right here. Now, he posted saying, Chinese girls got cake low key.
Low key.
Now,
low key, maybe high key.
Got cake.
Like high key in that picture. It was
high key.
So it went viral. I'm pretty sure they didn't know what the fuck it meant. So somebody must have.
Somebody had to Google it.
Yeah, somebody had to Google what it was.
Oh man, I almost did something so wrong. So, I didn't do it.
Because of that, he was released from his team. He was like, he was telling them like, yo, that was mad. They taking it too far because it's no disrespect.
They also banned him completely,
And,
right?
right, they banned him from the CBA.
For life.
For life.
Right now for life. And so he's like, yo, that's a sign of endearment, like, and it's not meant to offend, and but they taking it too far. So John, you being the biggest basketball fan here, and also a cake lover.
Oh, if we can get that picture of him plinking.
Also a connoisseur of multiple cakes. Do you think the CBA ban on Thai is excessive?
Of course, but I'm not gonna lie. It's their country, their rules, they strict out there. So you know what I'm trying to say? Like that's something like I'm not gonna lie. What he says basically freedom of speech, and I don't know what's their take on freedom of speech.
Well,
they don't allow it.
It's a communist country, right?
Yes, that is correct. Yep.
Yeah, China is a communist country. So
I'm just saying, like, you know.
Yep.
He didn't say that.
China still got a limit on how many kids you can have. So.
You know what I'm trying to say? Basically, that's like a compliment. Like he was like, oh, basically putting us on notice. Like, yo, I ain't know.
Word.
Shorty's out here, they got it.
Right. Like he basically telling I ain't missing nothing. Like y'all I'm in China missing something. Let me show y'all something.
But you know,
you stupid.
But I don't see no harm. No, if you would have said something along, I don't. Was because I read it was like also a rant. Did he say anything else? That was the thing, or it was just that man?
Nah, so it was a clip. Like it was just like, you know, Chinese women got the cheeks low key, and then it was like another, like the next part of his story was what looked like allegedly a woman lap dancing on him, kind of like, you know, her arms were on the ground, legs split.
Yeah.
He was like kind of holding on. But that's all it was. So that's what he got in trouble for. And then he released a video, like, you know, like the classic, like phone in your face, like, yo, you know, I'm the most least racist person in the world, which also is like, you should never say that. Like when you're about to not say some like non-racist stuff or racist stuff, like anything that could be semi-caused is problematic. But that was his apology with his mask like down on his chin too. That's also not a good call. I know he's in China, and I know their numbers are a lot lower, but
I could see why they find it offensive. I could see it, but I don't.
They being extra.
What do you see though?
Oh man,
because he said I'm the least racist, right?
No, I'm not talking about
saying that is not a racist. Like that's not a derogatory.
No, it's like it's not derogatory, but I'm saying they probably perceive it as that they're trying to say our women don't have a certain. Saying our woman doesn't have a certain attribute.
Right. Well, different value of beauty and different features of beauty is different based on where you at. So a lot of times in like these type of countries where they'll be like thin women is the
mecca.
The mecca for beauty, whereas in America, BBWs, whatever, it's like a pool of different looks. That's
no. I'm saying it's basically. I feel like it's something that wasn't. They took it. You know, like, oh, so what you trying to say about our women? Our women don't have that. You know, they probably.
Yeah. They're probably basing it off like the stereotypical.
Trying to see what, like, from the other side's perspective, like, why would they know? It's still extreme. I disagree with it, but at the end of the day, it's their country.
Yeah.
Their rules. They strict out there.
They bugging.
All countries have beautiful women.
Right. And I think that's what it comes down to. It's a cultural difference. Whereas in America, a big ass is upper echelon versus where it might be in those type of countries. Like might be, and I'm just guessing. Whereas like thicker women is looked at as not as beautiful as
definitely. That's a thing. That's a thing in China. It's definitely a thing in Italy.
Right, I know, right. And European countries, like, and even though some of them are on the thick side, in a lot of countries and cultures, that's not deemed as a beautiful attribute.
I think the other part of it too, though, is you know, Americans, we have, you know, they say that English is the hardest language to learn because we have so many different slang and so many different terms that mean certain things. Like some people might think what we say, like when it translates,
words like pneumonia with P and stuff like that.
It might seem to them if they like Googled like what that, you know, what does that mean? type thing. And then, like, if they Google it, like, or whatever
Right.
China uses Google, if they Google it and it comes up like in a certain way, it seems kind of disrespectful. Like I use it like in Spanish terms, right? So like in Spanish, the word coger means to come get. So like, but like everybody else in the Spanish speaking culture, they'll say coger, and that means I'm just gonna go get you. Like I'm gonna go pick you up. But you say that to a Mexican, like, yo, can I go pick up your daughter in Spanish? Puedes coger tu hija. You say that to a Mexican father, he might think you might want to fuck his daughter. Again, like it's just like it's
culturally
the lost in translation is the best way to explain that.
But I think it's excessive. But at the end of the day, it's their country. They run their country how they run their country.
Yeah, he could play Big Three.
It's up for debate on what
Right.
needs to be changed
Don't
over
play Big
there.
Three.
But shout out to Ty Lawson.
And Ty, if you looking for big asses, go over to Brazil. See if they got a league and shit.
Well, also be
Don't play
careful
there.
when you're there. Be very, very careful.
I'm just saying Ty was just admiring the beauty of the women that he was around, and I don't see nothing wrong with that. But again, culturally, it might, and again, like Ed said, they might Googled it and looked up the Urban Dictionary. What is Kate? And it's probably said excessively extreme, big asses, like something wild and shit.
Yeah.
And they looking like, turn it off, and give them a picture and shit. Change the channel and shit like. And
maybe the video played a role in it.
Right.
I don't know how strict their rules like when it comes to it. Maybe that video that he showed of a woman dancing on him played a role.
It was just a still picture.
Right. And then when they looked up the word on YouTube, tip drill video came up and shit. So, so they was all fucked up. They like, turn this shit off. So, Ty, yo, best of luck.
Not even that. Tip drill came on. WAP probably came on.
WAP's the most popular right now.
They know WAP. Man, American culture is everywhere. So I know they already know what WAP is.
Yeah, but they always get it 20 years later, so they're probably on my neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack.
That's true. Nasty ass song, but yeah, that might be true. But again, Ty, we wish you the best, man. Hope you find your way back to America. Play some ball back here. And then
Ice Cube needs you.
And then you could admire all the ass you want, as much as you want, bro. Do you? All right, moving on. Now we get into like the GOAT, MJ.
Oh, basketball.
Yeah, MJ is stepping into new sports. You know what I'm saying? Tackling new sports, setting the precedent for what the future of NASCAR might be. So we're gonna see how this play out.
My man MJ just always chasing bags, man. Just always.
Definitely.
About the bag. Now it just was announced. Along with Denny Hamlin, Michael Jordan, and then Denny are coming together to form a NASCAR racing team. Right? And I'm right? I'm right there.
No, 100%. Yeah.
So
that's
now you got a black man owning a team in a predominantly white sport and conservative sport.
Yeah.
So, and on
listen, Republicans buy Jordans too, okay?
Black racer, right?
Right. And on top of that, being a black owner, they bring in the only black racer and Bubba Wallace. Now, this shit just sounds like just beauty to me.
They started a regime.
No, it's
like a takeover.
That sounds very...
like the hostile takeover, like MJ, like, yeah, so I'm gonna get with somebody who know this space. Denny Hamlin, being former racer and everything, like being well.
And it was very good too.
Very
like,
good.
To his credit, very good.
Yeah, very good racer. Know the space, know the community. I'm gonna link with him, and we about to shake some shit up. So I just I just love.
I'll tell you what, boy, I don't want it in my sport.
Yeah.
Not in my sport.
They watching Sports Center like, you see these nigger and this nigger what they're doing over here. They coming to take the white man's air, the white man's sport. This shit.
Listen, first it was baseball, then it was The Office. Now NASCAR? Is golf not going to be safe? Tiger Woods was
golf.
Oh, God damn it.
Golf been gone. Golf been gone. But John, throwing it to you, bro. How you feel about Mike MJ the GOAT taking up some ownership in NASCAR?
I feel like it's dope. And you know, his cars is gonna be all Jordan up, Jordan symbols everywhere. Jordan up. It's gonna have,
How crazy! Like, imagine Bubba Wallace suit with the Jumpman on the back.
I feel like this is gonna introduce more people, especially from where we come from, to get into like NASCAR. Like this,
I'm just saying.
How many of us I know
niggas that's been stealing cars forever. Now they're gonna be like,
I can get paid for it.
We get paid to drive fast and get away from niggas. Like, we in there.
That's what I'm trying to say. So it's gonna open up, it's a new new demographic of people who's gonna tune into NASCAR.
Definitely. Now, Ed, we just made jokes about it because, again, NASCAR is a dominant white sport, and we just, we seen what took place this year with Bubba.
Right.
Moving forward, do you think there would be a real turn of the leaf? Will people be more accepting to having a black owner with a black racer, or do you expect more of what we've seen this last season to come with and Bubba being there?
The optimistic side of me will hope that is the case. The second option is the case, is that people will accept it. They'll accept more black drivers. They'll accept Michael Jordan owning it. Here's the thing, though. I think Michael, he pretty much, revolutionized basketball, and people love him, with the Space Jam and the Jordan brand and the, Olympics and all that stuff. He's well known. And again, I said it a little bit earlier. John kind of cut me off a little bit, but Republicans buy Jordan 2s. So I think that maybe it'll be accepted, but there's always going to be that underlying, obviously, the realist in me believes that there's always going to be that one side of it is first it was Bubba, now we got, Troy and fucking Jamal, and you're like, come on, dude, leave it alone. They're not going to leave it alone, and it's not going to go away, and I think it's going to continue to exist because this is a country problem. This is a human problem. It's not going to just go away because Jordan decided he's going to have his first branded racer.
And again,
it's not going to erase everything, but it's just going to open up.
It'll open up more opportunities for sure, but do I think that that NASCAR is going to change?
Yeah.
No.
And just to piggyback off what you and Johnny both said, because Johnny did say Republicans buy Jordans, and you talking about Jordan is being more than an athlete. Everybody loves Jordan, regardless of his color. Mm-hmm. Jordan is one of those icons in sports, along with Tiger Woods, where no matter where you at in the world, you know who he is. You love what he's done. So hopefully him coming to this new space, those people who love him for being in other things will come over and love him for the same thing. Because I'm pretty sure there's NASCAR fans that watch that know who Jordan is already.
Right. I also think that Jordan, all it's doing for NASCAR is getting more eyes on NASCAR, which is good for Jordan.
I'm gonna get me a Jumpman NASCAR suit.
The one piece.
Yeah.
The jumpsuit.
Oh shit! Fuck
that was a swag, in the mid '90s.
Keep it.
I guarantee you.
You might see that.
You might see a lot of that.
See that? Somebody gonna wear that.
Yeah, someone gonna rock it. As long as it's Bubba.
Jumpman track, that Jumpman NASCAR suit, Jordan's on.
I promise you, there's a good chance that they're going to be selling them shits in Nike stores. Get you a one-piece Jumpman Bubba Wallace with the Jumpman in the front and the Wallace on the back type shit for $200, and them shit's going to be sold.
Shit, it might even be more than that.
Definitely going to be more than that.
A Subway patch and Drink Monster on the side.
With some kicks that come with it and shit, yo. Shit's gonna be
car number. What's I don't know what his number is, but whatever his car number is, car number 23. Ooh,
my church is number.
Yeah, I might buy one too. Now that I think about it, yeah.
That shit gonna be tough, man. So congratulations to Mike, Denny, and Bubba being a part of the revolution, because this can make for a better day in NASCAR, man. This can get us to all watch it, and people that look like us more interested in the sport. At least to show interest.
Left turn.
Yeah, there might be some interest.
So there will be a definitely increase in interest, whether we stay there or not, because, again, Tiger did it. I wasn't watching it, but I was more in tune to what was going on when Tiger was on top before he was telling bitches to delete messages. So
Yo, that audio was so crazy.
I'm gonna need you to.
I just heard that
delete
audio
those.
again on More About Nothing because I was listening to this. This is so funny.
So
Album About Nothing. Yo, I love that fucking album. That's a good album. Underrated.
Niggas sleep on Wale, but that's another thing. That's a different.
Wale.
Well, shout
But
out to
shout
Wale's
out-
birthday yesterday. That's my guy.
Yeah,
Shout out to
PC
Wale.
chilling.
That's my guy. Been my guy for a long time. But moving on from here, we're going into MLB recap. Now, this shit is over, bro. This shit, it's close. Next week, right? Next
Almost
week.
there. We're almost there.
Next week, kick off the wild card. Now, so far, in regards to MLB, all the teams that clinched so far, the Rays, Yankees, White Sox, Twins, A's, Dodgers, and Padres. Eddie, kick it off to you first. Out of the teams that's clinched, no bias, who is the best clinched team so far?
Clinched?
Clinched.
The best.
The best.
Are you asking me who the best is, or are you asking me who the hottest is?
Best is record-wise. Pick one.
No, not. I don't want you to say record. I want to say record.
No.
Based on gameplay, who is playing the best right now? Out of
right now, who's playing the best baseball in the MLB?
Who's the scariest clinched team right now?
Johnny, Kev, you want to help me out here?
You already know.
It's the Yankees, man. They're on like I know they lost 2 days ago.
They were on a 10-game winning streak.
But they were on a 10-game winning streak. But between that, I think they hit 23 fucking home runs. DJ LeMahieu's on fire as well.
No, they hit 14-1 right now.
They're on 14. Jesus Christ. They scored over 20 runs in 2 games back to back. I think we were recording one right before it started. We recorded last Tuesday.
Yeah, in three games against the last set that they played, they scored a total of 42 to 6 or 7 runs.
It's unreal. I mean, they're again no bias. Obviously, they're the hottest team in baseball right now, and this is exactly what you want from your New York baseball, from the team that you root for in baseball. Is that obviously we talked about this in the past. Baseball is a game of streaks. You want to start off hot, you get cold in the middle. I mean, I know. We're so spoiled as Yankee fans. Me, Johnny, and Kev, we're very I'll throw away the season. This is over. But then we started getting healthy and we started getting hot again. And that's what you want, right? So it's if there is going to be a decline in your team and there is going to be a down in the streak, you want the down to be in the middle of the season. You don't want it to be at the beginning. You don't want it to be at the end. I think a lot of the time with the Yankees is that we started off pretty low and we pick up in the middle of the season. And then, we get by just enough to get to the playoffs, but then you start to see the tank you start to see the down. So hopefully it's going down, up, and then it just stays trending up, and the Yankees can actually make a big run in the MLB.
Okay, so since a lot of post smoking just happened, let me ask this question then, John. What's the hottest clinch team not named the Yankees? Dick Eater?
Say it, John.
Be real, John. I mean, I know you want to say it, but just say it.
Again,
I'm going to give it to the Dodgers.
Definitely.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Give it to the Dodgers. Not Yankees. And also another thing, Luke Voigt is the home run leader for the AL.
Yeah. He's in the running for the MVP.
Shout out to them White Sox, man, clinching, man.
I was gonna say, I thought John was either gonna say the Rays or the White Sox.
I'm not gonna lie, the White Sox is doing their thing too. But
I think it's the first time they've clinched in 20 years now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
You heard scratch what I said. Dodgers is a team that's expected. I was
right.
Who's the White Sox projected to play in the first round right now?
So it's funny that you asked that. I have that actually pulled
because
up.
I saw it earlier, and I don't think they'll win.
Yeah. So if the season was to end today, again, I know there are games going on today. The Dodgers would be playing the number 8 Phillies. The Cubs would be playing the Reds. The Braves would be playing the Cardinals. The Padres would be playing the Marlins. And in the AL, the Rays would be playing the Jays. So Rays, Jays, that'd be pretty cool. White Sox, Indians, Athletics, Astros,
Indians been playing good,
Twins,
too.
Yankees.
I definitely don't want to play the Twins in the first round.
I think we could take them out. I'm not worried about it. I mean, what's this kid's yeah, go ahead.
I mean, Indians been playing well this season, but the White Sox can beat the Indians. It's not a stretch them facing the Indians. Indians are having a pretty good year, but Indians are known to blow it.
It's very true. I mean, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, they're cursed.
So
it's Cleveland.
So, Kev, you said, you saw it, you knew they would lose, but against the Indians, you definitely think that the Indians will beat the White Sox? Like, no doubt about it.
I can't say definitely, but yeah, definitely. I feel like
He said, I can't say definitely, but yeah, definitely.
I feel like they would. I feel like the stage might turn around and be too big for the White Sox, man.
I mean, we won.
Or the exact opposite. But
White Sox won. That was like what, 15 years ago?
Yeah, that was a while ago. But they won. They won though.
They did win though. You can't knock it. But
I mean, because Cleveland,
I just feel like they might get overwhelmed going in.
Like Ed said, they curse and then they some chokers.
Right.
So
no, exactly, yeah.
And to keep in mind, just like a side note, all of these teams have started like their own bubble process.
Right.
Especially the Yankees.
Yeah. Well,
started their bubble process last week when we started against Boston.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, the teams that are clinching should be getting ready to, rest their starters, again, quarantine if they have to and start getting ready to head down. And is the whole playoffs going to be in Texas, or is it like home field advantage?
Right.
Do you guys know that?
I think I heard that all of them are supposed to be in Texas, but
okay,
I don't know.
Every single game in Texas,
I think
right?
so, yeah.
I thought it was just the semifinal and the final. I know we talked about it last week, but okay, that's very cool.
But again, in one stadium, or is it going to be in Texas at multiple stadiums?
It'll be in Texas in multiple stadiums, but again, it'll be their own bubble. Gotcha. You would hope that. I mean, it's the playoffs, right? We're talking about the playoffs.
Okay,
you would hope that most of these teams are going to be smart.
Okay, it looks like we're about to move on from MLB. Two more things. Pujols is now number 5 all time in the home run list.
Oh, that's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
He hit 661 the other day, past Willie Mays.
Mm-hmm.
And the Detroit Tigers manager retired before the season was over.
Damn. Well, they've been pretty bad for a pretty long time. Oh, shit. Brandon, sorry, dude. Hopefully you get a good coach when you get called up.
He said, fuck this shit, man. I retired now.
Yeah, Ron Gardenhire retired like a few days ago. It was like an immediate retire, and they have an interim manager managing right now.
Who was the Buffalo Bill that retired? He used to play for the Colts. Vontae Davis.
Yeah,
Vontae Davis, who's literally just like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, right.
Fuck you guys.
Depth and shit.
Yeah.
That was like last year, the season before.
2 years ago. 2 years ago. Yeah.
All right, so so the American League started the 29th, I believe, right? You can't hear me? Ed, he's doing this. I saw Ed doing this. But American League the 29th and the National League the 30th. So I guess Ed is having technical difficulties.
Yeah, sorry guys. We're having a lot of technical difficulties today.
Yeah, this might be the easy episode.
I know. We're fucking up.
So we're down 2 and still with the technical difficulties.
All right, but we got the American League starting the 29th and we got the National League starting the 30th. Playoffs, wild card. Now, I'm not a big fan of baseball. We all know. I'm just tuning in now, for the sake of the pod. How is the wild card setup? Is one and done, correct? Or is it 5 games?
No, the wild card is one
and done.
Well, there's extra wild cards this year, so a couple of them is going to be one and done, then it's going to move on.
Right. And then it'll turn into best of 3, from best of 3, best of 5, best of 5, best of – yeah, best of 5. That's it the rest of the way.
What's 5, best 7, best 7?
Best of 7, yeah. Best of 5, best 7, yeah.
It's the championship series and the World Series is best of 7.
Yeah.
All right, so throwing it out there right now because we got to keep people's minds fresh. Eddie, World Series. Who you got? World Series. Who you got right now?
Okay.
I
didn't think you were going to put me on that spot, so I had to double check. I'm doubling down on the Dodgers. I'm sorry, on the Padres and the Yankees. Yankees win in 6.
Yankees in 6.
Yes.
John, World Series. Who you got?
I got the Yankees and the Dodgers and Yankees in 5.
Woo! Woo! Gentleman sweep, John.
Kev, who you got?
I got what everybody wants, and that's the Yankees versus the Dodgers.
You guys are corny.
I don't want to say Yankees in 4 because that would be biased. So it's definitely gonna be Yankees in 6.
Yankees and 6.
Make us sweat a little bit.
What's that White Sox on? American, right?
American League. We'd have to play that in the ALCS.
All right, so I got Dodgers, White Sox taking. Hot take. White Sox taking it again for the city.
Mine was hot. I picked the Dodgers. Or the Padres.
And when the Yankees win, I'm gonna pretend like everybody else, like COVID ain't real, and I'm gonna be in Manhattan for the parade.
Or you're gonna be the only one there too. Actually, you won't be. There'll be a lot of homeless people and some crazy people.
They're not gonna have it, and then they're gonna have it in March or something.
Right.
Like kick off the new season.
That's gonna be dangerous, and then COVID 2.0.
Well, we'll see how the fall.
Baby.
We're getting into flu season.
Definitely gonna have the virtual parade.
Y'all bugging, son. The vaccine about to be ready right before election.
You gonna take that vaccine?
Y'all gonna take that?
I'm not taking.
You taking that vaccine?
I'm not taking
the vaccine. Gonna be ready. So what?
It's gonna be ready.
There's a video on TikTok. It's like when the first vaccines come out, and the dude he like, yeah, I'm good. Like, what the fuck going on? He like turned to a motherfucking zombie and shit. Like, yo.
You do the Smokey that like.
Word. He's like, what the fuck is going on with him?
I definitely ain't taking it, but
nope.
If it is working by March, the whole world gonna be open again, and the Yankees gonna have a parade right before the season starts.
Yo, pay attention, man. It's flu
that'd
season.
Be lit.
It's flu season. They about to start pumping that shit in the flu season and the flu vaccine.
Flu season starts tomorrow, basically.
It's the
I don't.
It's already hoodie season.
A lot of people do take that flu vaccine.
I guess that's for us, us Easterners, Northeasterners.
Right.
I ain't
you live
the
in
flu
a
shot.
good weather place. You ain't gotta worry about no flu season. People get sick everywhere.
Niggas get sick every day, B. You be all right.
True.
All right, so moving on. We getting into the NBA recap. Now, we down to the conference finals, Eastern Conference and West. We actually got the Lakers Nuggets playing right now. Not looking too good for them Nuggets. The Eastern Conference has been pretty competitive. But, John, I know you're a Lakers fan. If Denver was to come back, what would they need to do to take this series?
Hit every three-point shot. Go berserk from three. Go berserk from three.
Just gun it.
And contain Anthony Davis.
That's not going to happen.
How can you do that?
Jokic is going to have to play his ass off and try.
Well, they're going to need Plumlee to take them L's. And
Plumlee not going to be in the game with all those minutes, so Jokic's got to take that responsibility.
Yeah.
But that's I feel like it's the formula. Jokic and Murray got to play. They've been playing amazing, but they got to play. Yeah. They got to take – for how great they're playing, they got to take it up another step.
Yeah.
And every three has to fall, and they just got to slow the Lakers down. Because at the end of the day, the Lakers have a solid team, but it's a two-star team, and the team is based on Bron and AD.
So they need the Angels in the outfield.
Bron's gonna get his, and Bron likes to facilitate.
Right.
Well,
you could let LeBron do him and stop and shut everybody else out, and contain AD because he'll be the main threat.
Well, AD's been this whole entire playoff series for the Lakers. AD has been the main threat, period. Like, there's been no real stopping or no real gameplay or defense to contain AD. AD just –
That's what I'm saying. They want to win, they would have to do that. Because LeBron
AD just letting off.
LeBron could score not that much, but he could facilitate and grab rebounds, and that's part of his game, So it's like Denver will have to shut everybody down, let LeBron do him, and contain AD because they let AD go off.
And again, they almost won the last game. They let AD get off that shot at the end of the game.
AD just took the game over. He scored the last 10 points of the game.
Right. So, and that was their game. But now we got game 3, and they on the way, looking on the verge of a sweep. They got and I root for the underdogs. I like Joker. I like.
Don't do that.
Shit, but
like I said,
You already got one underdog team in the
wait.
playoffs you can root for.
Lakers in 8.
Lakers in 8.
Yeah.
How?
How is that?
Don't let that go over your heads. Lakers in 8.
Okay.
It went way over my head, John.
Over my head. 8 in Kobe.
4 sweep West Conference Finals. 4-game sweep NBA Finals. Lakers in 8.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Bars,
That's
bro.
So fucking
Bars.
cool, dude.
I see, John.
Lakers in 8.
John be thinking. All right, but moving on to the East, you got Miami, Boston, which seems to be a little bit more competitive. John, based on the game so far,
That's looking like a 7-game series. I'm sticking with my pick of Boston, but that's looking like a tough 7-game series. Boston just got Gordon Hayward back. It's gonna make things interesting.
right?
And Miami, I'm not gonna lie, Miami overachieved. They played really hard, and they still playing hard.
Yeah. Kev, who you got in that Miami?
You got Jimmy Buckets, bro.
Yeah, they just play really tough. Like they scrappy. They got shooters.
They locked in, bro. Everybody's committed. They all on the same page. Like Johnny just said, they playing with heart, bro. They locked in.
And you can't tell Jimmy Butler he ain't the best player in the NBA, man. Like,
Yo, for real, like
you can't say shit to that man. Like he the best player. He gonna tell you ain't nobody working harder than him. So
they ask him, they like, yo, who's the best player in the league? This nigga look around like,
you really ask me that?
like I'm right here. I'm right here.
So Ed, I didn't get your take. Based on what you've seen so far, who you got in this Boston Miami? It's been real scrappy.
Boston, Miami. I mean, Miami's up 2-1 right now. They're playing tomorrow, right? Or tonight?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Listen,
like
Miami can take that
like
game.
that.
So I think it's gonna be maybe Boston squeezes one more in. So I'm gonna take Miami in 6.
Okay.
I hear Miami in 7. I think Haywood changes that a lot, but I'm stick with that Miami in 7 against Boston. But before we move on from the NBA, congratulations to the Chicago Bulls. We got a good coach now, Billy Donovan, former OKC coach. He got a young team.
That's good.
It's a good coach for this young team. Now, me being the Bulls fan here, I like the team that Chicago got. I need to see more out of marketing, and I need to see more out of the big-ass other boy that went to Duke. I can't think of his name right now.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Wendell.
Wendell Carter.
Yeah, Wendell Carter. But with Billy Donovan, I always go to you first, John, because you the NBA fan here. How do you feel about Billy Donovan being in Chicago?
I think that's a good pick. And look, obviously he had Chris Paul. Chris Paul helped.
Right.
But look how the Thunder made the playoffs this year, and they was projected to be one of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah.
So he has and plus the Bulls have young players. They have talent. It's just underutilized as a moment because they haven't had the right coach to put the right rotation out and stuff. So I feel like that's a good step forward for the Bulls, and if all goes well, that might be a playoff team next season.
And again, they still they got a good young team. Kobe White had a great rookie season last season. Zach LaVine is still there. They got Buddy from used to be with the Wizards, the shooter, small forward. I can't think of his name. He got traded to the Bulls. Can't think of the nigga name right now. He was a shooter, small forward.
Otto Porter.
Yeah, right, Otto Porter. So they got pieces there. Hopefully,
I was about to say that Otto Porter.
Yeah, right, Kev. So hopefully that transition into at least a 7 or 8 seed spot this year. So
yeah, maybe we'll see. And also another thing, NBA, Giannis back-to-back MVPs.
Right, congratulations.
Trash it.
Wow, we're not there yet, Kev.
So
back-to-back.
And I hate that, unfortunately, that these assholes ain't here because you got 2 of the biggest Giannis haters, and Drew and DQ. DQ is notorious for dissing Giannis.
This
Steph,
is the Giannis slander
Yeah.
podcast because of DQ.
Steph, one of our homies who eat penis regularly, he dissed Giannis over LeBron. Look, fuck it. It is what it is. Steph loves LeBron. Like, we know LeBron's the GOAT. What the hell is going on with you?
Oh, you saw that?
Yo, what the hell is going on with your video, Ed?
Yeah, he took that vaccine, son.
Yeah, I froze too, so I was very scared.
Yo,
I'm having a lot of technical difficulties on my side. I'm sorry.
He said he took the
Wow.
vaccine.
Yeah.
You just had some Amityville horror looking.
I went like this. I went, what the fuck? Because always.
But your eyes rolled mad quick, and then you like jump forward.
Well, you guys were frozen on my end too, so god damn it.
About to call Liz, tell her to lock herself in the room, bro.
She's not here yet.
That shit was weird.
Yeah, super weird.
But
anyway, moving on.
If you could get that and it came up like on your scene, yo, that's gotta be a clip, bro.
No, I'll put that at the beginning for motherfuckers to be like, what the fuck is that? Like,
Crazy,
But but also, as you mentioned, LeBron, we have our people on this pod that's big fans of LeBron. LeBron he let it be known he was pissed at the fact that he only got 16 first place votes out of 101.
I mean, we'll get to it, but LeBron's MVP every year, dog. He's MVP every year. So it's just like they vote for someone who isn't LeBron. It's almost like, hey, who's the MVP this year? Okay, take LeBron out of the equation.
It's if you ask who's the best player, then it's LeBron. Like,
yeah, 100%.
If you're gonna base it off who's the best,
who's
player,
most valuable to their team.
Not even who's the most valuable to their team. Who's the best player in the league? Okay, LeBron James. If we doing it that way, then you give it to him. But that's not how they determine the MVP. Who's most valuable? Who had the best season for their team?
That's what I said.
So Giannis being on the Bucks, they getting the number one record in the league, and Giannis having all the stats to back it.
And the Bucks being trash, literally
also,
without him.
The fact that Anthony Davis being a superstar and as great as he is,
and again, and having
kick from LeBron,
right, and having if anybody should be upset, it's Anthony Davis.
Word.
Because of what he's done this season, he should always be in the talk. To me, when it comes to the MVP, Anthony Davis is a second thought when it comes to the MVP this season. Anthony Davis been cooking. And so you look at that, Giannis with the team he has, best record in the league, all the stats, and no real superstar level support. LeBron has a superstar, top 5 player with him.
That's true.
Let's stop shunning AD and dimming his light to let LeBron shine. We know LeBron's the GOAT. Like, we know he's that. We know who LeBron is. And if y'all just say, whoever's the best player in the league, we going to get him the MVP, then yes, LeBron got it every year. But that's not how it's weighed. Who had the better season for their team and their contribution to their team when it comes to how much that contribution weighed? LeBron got AD.
I forget exactly, John, who he said, but I think LeBron came out and he said something that I think resonates with everybody and makes sense. I think he said 2011 or 12, he lost the Defensive Player of the Year to
2013. 2013.
He lost it to who? He lost it to Paul Gasol? Mark Gasol. And he went forward to say, I don't understand how Mark Gasol won Defensive Player of the Year, but made second team all defensive team.
Right.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
So LeBron, you got every right to be
I don't know what they was doing that year, but that's a bad mistake.
Yeah, that's tough.
Again, like in my opinion, I think LeBron's the MVP every year. I just think that how boring would that be? Right?
Who cares?
I understand.
To that level, you earn it to earn it.
No, I understand.
I don't give a shit what Eddie on his couch thinks.
Everyone in this program agrees that of course. But it's random fucking people that are like, LeBron won again. I mean, come on, when are they gonna stop sucking his dick? It's like, listen, he's the greatest, he's the best player in the league today, and he has been for the last, 10, 15 years?
Mm-hmm.
But they can't give it to him for 15 years. Yeah, I think that's why it's all a front.
But again, I don't think it's a front. I think Anthony Davis, Giannis had for a single player, based on what he's did for his team, he had the best regular season.
Right.
And again, you got take what LeBron has in his team. He has a top 5 player with him. Anthony Davis, people are trying to create Middleton and make him a star. They want him to be a star, but Middleton is a third option.
Right.
No offense to Middleton, but that's what he's looking like.
No, that's right.
He'd be a great third option for a championship team.
Right. Good third option, great shooter, great scorer, but he is not, if Giannis to go down, he is not a person that's going to carry a team.
But if LeBron went down, AD could totally.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. I get that.
With the pieces they got, LeBron go down, AD got it. So you look at that. Yes, they say LeBron can do it in the West. LeBron can do it wherever the fuck he go. But you got to take in consideration what LeBron has with him, and what they've done with that team has been great, and it looked like they about to take all of it. But in the regular season, let's take the playoffs and the bubble out. Regular season before COVID and the little bubble time, 8 bubble games, Giannis has had the best regular season of any player this crazy season. And that's all it comes down to. People making it LeBron slander, and it's usually people that can't see past their fandom. And we know LeBron, we're just voting, who the best player? LeBron, you got it, bro. There's no debating that. If that's how we're going to vote MVP, LeBron, you got it every year. But that's not how it's voted.
You're right. No, you're right. You got it.
I get tired of talking to LeBron fans because they irritate me and shit. Johnny being a Laker fan, I be having whole conversations with niggas and Johnny be debating against his team and shit because niggas be eating so much.
Yeah, they be trying to downplay that's a good Laker team. Like LeBron, like nobody's saying LeBron's not great, but obviously, that's points that they take away from him because the fact that he's playing with the Anthony Davis type.
And that's what I said. LeBron should get like GM of the year or coach of the year because he always puts together.
Yeah.
Like he makes people come to him. So you want to get LeBron GM of the year? I ain't got shit to say, bro.
So thanks to LeBron, man, my son Rondo gonna get a chip.
Rondo
got one.
Another chip.
Rondo got one. Yeah.
The White about to get his first. AD gonna get one. JaVale like 3 or 4.
I always like Rondo, so I can't wait to see Rondo get a chip outside of the
If McGee gets one, does he have one more than LeBron?
No.
No?
How many he got, JaVale?
I think he has 1 or 2.
Yeah, so this is his second or third.
His third, yeah.
And the nigga JR is the luckiest nigga in the world.
Word.
I ain't getting nothing, but JR about to get him another one.
Yo, me and John used to see JR selling Lucy's in front of 7-Eleven in White Plains, bro. And now he's on top of the world.
JR also used to, I'm not going to say it. Nope. One day this podcast is going to blow up, and it's going to come back to me. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Love you, JR. Nah, I'm not going to say it. I can't.
Not a real nigga. He ain't going to feel no way.
Nah, but you know who I used to work with who used to
okay.
Talk to JR. I'll say talk. That's it. I think everybody else will get it.
But again, congratulations to Giannis. Defensive player of the year, though. Giannis, that one, okay, I'm willing
to argue.
Yeah, I'll argue that AD should have had defensive player of the year. So, in that sense, I see people trying to, make Giannis the best. But the playoff season, him being an MVP and having a defensive player of the year and having the playoff he had, looks bad, but congratulations nonetheless. You had a great regular season. But we also forgot to mention, and it's sad, Johnny was just talking about it, RIP to Cole, Vanessa Bryant has officially filed a suit, right, John? I guess.
A lawsuit against the LA Sheriff Department.
Now, what's her reason behind her suit?
Her reasoning is it was under investigation, but supposedly people of the staff, people that worked the site took pictures on I think their personal phone, and then was going out and showing other people that wasn't a part of it, you know, like they were showing people pictures of the actual, you know, accident site. So she filed the lawsuit.
So
sad, man.
That's crazy. So basically, not the coroner's pictures, but whatever the person that comes and pronounce you dead or whatever. I forgot what they're called.
Medical examiner.
Yeah, the medical examiner.
Coroners, medical examiners, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
So people were taking their own personal phones and sending it and sharing and shit like, damn, this is Kobe. Like, that's crazy. That's insensitive as fuck. I hope she win that suit, and I hope all the ass get fired because that's insensitive to Kobe's family and all the other families that was involved in that.
I'm not gonna lie, they investigated, but I feel like that's something they was trying to cover up, and having this lawsuit might have an outside external force come in and look into it, see what's up, because obviously it was somebody actually made the complaint and said, such and such was doing this, so it's not like it's nothing falsified. Somebody made the complaint, and that's how we got here.
So somebody that it was shared with.
I think so, yeah. Somebody who was shared with mentioned it.
Oh, okay.
They said one of the staff members was at a bar just showing people the pictures. When the news first came out like that, it was like within like a week of the actual tragedy. It was like within a week. So but also it's not. Obviously, we all know it's Kobe, but it was the death side of Kobe.
Right, and those other families, right.
A couple other people. So the lawsuit is cover-based for all of them.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's not only insensitive to Kobe and his family, but there was other families involved in the situation. So, like, that shit is whack. And you're supposed to be a professional. Like where you
it's a big name, but it's like a couple. It wasn't only him that lost his life.
Yeah.
Him, his daughter, and a few kids, and
And their family's like, where's your professional quorum at? Like,
there was a family that lost their a girl that lost her sibling, her mother, and her father. So God knows what's going on in her life right now. So
that shit whack. LA, y'all fucking up, man. Fire all those bastards that ever shit. And you know, with technology, they can find out where that shit started. Like they get a picture,
absolutely.
Track where that picture came from, and
just chase that IP, man. That's all you got to do. And IP Vanish, VPN.com, whatever it is, sponsor us, and then maybe you'll get an ad read.
Right. But that's fucked up, man. RIP to Cole, and condolences to all the families involved. Fuck those cops who do that dumb shit. And yeah, that's crazy. Moving on.
Yep.
Now we're done.
Okay, we're good.
I just added that moving on.
I'm like, moving on.
No, just for the.
Yeah, I was like, I'm done, man. I don't want to talk no more. I was like, no. What else did we miss?
Fuck you, LeBron haters. I'm LeBron fans because y'all make me mad.
Are we moving on from in case you missed it?
No, we're not. We got one. Yeah. We got NFL.
Oh, damn. Do we have to talk about this?
Yeah, we got to talk about this.
Okay, let's do it.
So before we
it's a bad week for all of us, except guys.
So before
more so you.
Into the NFL though, we're gonna get into a former NFL player, Kaepernick. Now it was just 5 days ago. It was the 4th anniversary of the first time he took a knee. Right. So to commemorate that, you know, he had dropped the jersey with Nike. That shit sold out in minutes. But he was just on social media talking about it and how he's become almost a martyr for social justice in major sports. Really a martyr because he hasn't played since. But now all the leagues are coming forward to express their feelings about social injustice. But here's my issue. Eric Reed, one of the best safeties in the game, was one of the first people to take a knee with Kaepernick, and he's very vocal about social injustice in the world and in NFL. This weekend we had over 50 injuries. Eric Reed doesn't have a job. He doesn't have a job. Hasn't been offered the job. And he is better than a lot of the starting safeties in the game currently.
Right.
The NFL, they do all this shit for social injustice, but to me, it seems to be a little bit of pandering. Kev, giving it to you, and we're speaking about Cap and Ed and Eric Reed. Why don't Eric Reed have a job?
I mean, at the end of the day, if you overly, it shouldn't be this way. But somebody that, in this instance, if the NFL was a person, is somebody that just doesn't want to go back on their word. You know what I mean? So whatever their reason is for blowing him up back then and not committing to him and not giving him an opportunity to come back, including both of them, they're not about to renege now. They are doing what they think is enough now, but they're not about to go and just hand them a job. And they look at it as the perfect excuse is we got rookies that work their ass off to come in and they need a shot and they need a chance. They don't need to just bench warm because we're trying to give these people a shot. And then they also want to save themselves for the criticism of possibly, let's say, either one of them coming back and not being efficient or something like that. And then it looks like they really just gave them a spot like as like a handout, which again, we're not looking for handouts. So, I mean, I just think they don't want to renege on what reason they say they gave for why not like bringing them back.
Well, didn't Eric Reed play last year with the Panthers?
He did for a little bit. How many games did he play? I don't remember how many games he played.
I believe if he didn't get hurt, he played the whole season.
Yeah, he might have suffered from an injury, but I believe he was on the roster the entire season. So, and again, the NFL again is one of they do their Black Lives Matter. They got it on the helmet. They have their moment of silence and they do their arm wraps and everything.
They playlist every voice in the scene.
Yep.
So
I got a better question for you.
What's that?
A much better question for you. Drew Lock, quarterback of my Denver Broncos, the Denver Broncos that I picked to be the sleeper team. Obviously, the unfortunate injury to Drew Lock is really going to delay that. Do you guys know who the Broncos signed?
Yeah, Blake
Bortles.
Really?
I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry.
Today.
Is Colin Kaepernick better than Blake Bortles?
Fact.
Can Colin Kaepernick probably win you more games than Blake Bortles?
Yes.
Fact.
Granted, Blake Bortles isn't going to start this week, I don't think. I forgot the quarterback that they have in there now that's backing him up. Yeah, the guy that stepped up for Drew Lock when he went down. But do you not think that maybe Colin Kaepernick could probably win them more games? Potentially.
Colin, go back to the 90s.
Well, Jimmy's fine. He's fine. That's what I'm hearing. Jimmy will be okay.
All right, but we just wanted to touch on that because NFL, y'all ain't slick, but we do love y'all and welcome back football. Now, this week in football was a shitty week.
Crazy week.
Like my boy told me, it was Massacre Sunday.
Yo.
Yeah.
Over 50 injuries this play week.
My man Saquon.
Yo, they did. So I rewatched that play like 3 or 4 times. That corner bullied him. Like the way he threw him to the ground. Like, what the fuck was that for, dog? It was an extra move that was completely unnecessary. Add that clip because it was pretty.
I don't feel like it was overly excessive. I definitely don't feel that way because I was watching, like sitting where I'm at now, watching, and I don't feel like it was overly excessive. It still feels to that corner like Saquon is still engaging him with his left hand under him.
Right, so, that was my other point. Why is Saquon, like, you're like a key part of that offense. Like, why are you trying to be a grown man right now? Like, you're done. You're stuck. You're not going anywhere. Why are you still trying to?
He's used to that, and he's had success bullying people.
No, but wait, but I like
you're on the sideline. No, but the play is dead.
No, but I like the Aaron's was saying that Saquon stomped and he felt what happened to his knee. And his arm was like trying to get him off of him, not to like keep the play going because he knew something was like
something went wrong.
Something was wrong. He was about to go down, so he was just trying to get the guy who was trying to tackle Saquon off of him, like not to like keep the play going. It's like shit, I'm hurt, get off me.
Right. Yeah.
It was one of those like when he got that spot, I think that's when he injured his knee.
But you got a lot of premier players hurt. Nick Bosa, torn ACL. Saquon, torn ACL.
The 49ers lost their defensive tackle.
Solomon Thomas also went down. Jimmy Garoppolo went down. Christian McCaffrey's down.
Rasheem Mostert.
Rasheem Mostert down. Yeah. But Mostert looks like he might play.
But did y'all see how the Niners tried to say they were scared to play at MetLife again?
I was about to say that.
They said
Kittle and Garoppolo are afraid to play on the turf in MetLife.
Yeah.
They may opt out of the week because players are saying that the turf is what players got hurt during the Jets game last week?
All of them. Everybody.
All of them. Solomon Thomas, Nick Bosa, Jimmy Garoppolo, Rashad Perriman went down as well.
So the thing is, they're saying that the turf, something's wrong with the turf. Like they want people to double check the turf, or they're not playing it.
Yeah. I don't blame them. So here, you guys want to hear my crazy theory?
It said the MetLife passed all the protocols.
You guys want to hear my crazy theory about what's going on in MetLife?
What's going on?
So y'all remember the bump on the 10-yard line at the old Giant Stadium?
Mm-hmm.
You know the bump on the 10-yard line? The rumor was that it was Jimmy Hoffa's dead body buried under there and players would trip over it.
Mm-hmm.
What if they decided to, dig up the dirt, dig up the rubber, dig up everything that was there, and that bump that was in the old Giant Stadium is now spread across the entire new MetLife Stadium on that new turf? That whole stadium is cursed.
Oh, my Lord.
The ghost of Jimmy Hoffa is hurting people.
Where people still don't know where that black cat came from last year.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. We might be in trouble, guys.
Conspiracy theory. Well, the Jets are already in trouble. So
yeah, well, we've been in trouble since the first play of the first game.
But
after Joe Namath retired?
It was a rough week. But anybody surprised y'all last week in regards to their play?
Falcons choked again.
Yes. That doesn't surprise me, though.
Falcons definitely choked again.
Can we just talk about that helicopter kick? Like, the onside kick. The helicopter kick.
Yeah. It was dope.
Okay. Okay. Hear me out. I know that you're not supposed to rush before the 10 yards.
Yeah.
If you're an offensive player trying to get the ball.
But why were the Falcons? Defense, right?
Why were the Falcons watching it like it was a foul ball on the third baseline? Like it's foul. Oh shit, it's fair. Like jump on that shit the minute it's in front of you.
Right.
You have three guys right in front of you.
They can jump on that. You're right.
Yeah, so, because, the defense had to wait until it goes 10 yards.
Exactly. Right. The offense has every opportunity
the other way around. What are you
Right.
Yeah, the receiving team had every opportunity to grab it, and the kicking team had to wait for it to get past 10 yards.
But they sat there and watched with them. Like,
do you guys think the NFL's fixed?
Nah,
bro.
They some fucking choke. So if we using that game to meet it, if the NFL is rigged, then definitely no, because Atlanta just suck. They always doing some dumb shit. Like
word. Dan Quinn's probably fired in the next 2 weeks, along with Adam Gase, and they could both go work.
Wait, what Jacksonville next year. What was prediction before?
Shut up, John. We're not talking about it.
Well, also, that Sunday night football game was fire. Russ was Cam.
Also, Thursday night was
good too. Oh yeah, let's talk about Thursday first.
Yeah, Thursday night, Bengals Browns. Burrow is real, man.
He's nice.
Like I'm a believer. Although Johnny's boyfriend Odell had a good game.
The number 2 receiver for the Cleveland Browns.
No, he's not.
What?
No, he's a number 2 receiver.
That great right now.
He likes number 2s, so.
And that running back core, like that dual running back with
Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb.
Bro.
Yo. That's if they.
I think together they combine for a little over 238 yards and 4 touchdowns. How fucking wild is that? They didn't have to do shit.
There's no be having Kareem Hunt starting.
Accept my trade, bro.
I will have Kareem Hunt starting this week in fantasy football.
John, you a bitch. Take my trade, man. I won't hunt. Give me him.
So draft him, man. So draft him.
Fuck yeah.
So I'm thinking about because I think we're inevitably delaying the fact I don't think we want to talk Giants and Jets today. Look, listen, both teams. Jets obviously way worse.
I got stomped out, but at least we fought back.
My brother was in town this week, and my cousin came over as well. And you want to know what we did after we saw that first play for the 80-yard touchdown? Like, whatever, it was expected. Like, we saw it. We knew it was coming. We knew we were going to lose. We were drinking a little bit. Do you want to know what we did? Like, to let you know what Jet fans, like how Jet fans are these days, we were applauding first downs. The Jets got a first down in their first series, and I was hyped. Because, again, I haven't seen that in at least a week. They made
a drinking game. We take a shot for every first down.
Every first down, exactly. And again, you probably only had about 10 drinks.
After that game, they played Russian roulette.
Right. And then for the Giants, obviously, you were in it. I think in the beginning, you started off slow. Bro. Yeah, you started off slow.
Yeah.
But you would hope the first-year head coach Joe Judge took the team into the locker room, hyped them up or whatever, and they did shut down that Browns offense. But again, it's not the best offense to shut down anyway. But there are concerns, and Daniel Jones did have to give up that strip sack, which you don't want to see because again, like that's his big thing is the lazy turnovers is not good for him, and again, it's not good for the offense. But again, let's just call it what it is. Both teams don't have enough talent around them, don't have a good offensive line around them. The defenses are okay, serviceable. They're not going to win you games because the offense isn't going to give you the opportunities to win the game. And if I'm a Giants fan, are you guys done with Evan Ingram or? Because I'd be done with him.
I'm kind of done with him because he's looking like a one-trick pony to me. I'm not seeing him really run like crazy routes like they say that he's capable of running. Like I'm seeing him run like stick routes.
I'm
like,
not gonna lie, he has to run those routes because our line's not getting the blocks off, so he has to get available. You can't run a complicated route when QB's under fire. You gotta get those quick routes out to get the ball out quick. Like he's not gonna be able to utilize them complicated. If he had a decent line, you could then run all the crazy routes he wants because there'll be time for it to play to develop. But when the line's the QB's on the fire and they coming for him, you gotta get that ball out. Slants, drags, quick curls, screens, just get the ball out.
Now, with Saquon being down, how do y'all see the Giants season going? I know they just signed, I believe they signed Devontae.
Oh, yeah,
Devontae Freeman,
they signed Devontae.
Who probably won't play right away.
He's not going to play.
He said he'll practice.
Right away.
He'll practice, but he might not play.
So, my Giants fans, how do y'all salvage this season?
I'm not gonna lie, I gave my Giants like 2 wins off of just Saquon being on the team. I had them at like 7 wins. That was my prediction before the season started.
And now what? You got 5?
Well, it subtracts. I gave 2 of the wins based off the strength that we have in Saquon. We don't have Saquon no more, so it's tough. I have no prediction. I'm gonna stick with my 7 and just hope for the best.
Yeah. How you see the season going?
I'm in the same boat with John. I think the team has a lot of they're showing a lot of grit. The defense is way better than people gave them credit for, and our schedule is middle of the pack as far as difficulty. So I think with Devontae picking up like the slack where Saquon's not at, and his skill set being somewhat similar to Saquon, not as efficient, and his catching ability is better, and I know that he's always been able to pick up like blitzers better. Yeah. That alone is gonna help a lot. So
you would hope with his experience. Yeah,
and
Bradbury is a good piece too. Yeah. I really like him on the defense.
And Deion Lewis is gonna play a lot more snaps than he would have before, and that's gonna help us win games too. So I think 7 games is like definitely good. And 7 games in our division.
Oh yeah, could win you the division.
Yo, Ed, look at that. Your pick is 0-2. Talking all that.
I know, man. Here's my thing.
0-3. I gotta look at I forgot who they play.
And the Giants is definitely winning this Sunday if these idiots decide they're not going to play. If Kittle and Garoppolo decide they're not going to play, if we don't win that game, then
don't sleep on Big Dick Nick. Big Dick Nick Mullins don't play games. I don't know if you guys remember him last season when he had. Yeah. Listen.
No.
I mean, in a metaphorical way.
You know all of them.
I know all the big dicks.
But all right. So also this week, which is kind of surprising. I mean, they went up against a Saints team that's missing Michael Thomas, but the Las Vegas Raiders is 2-0.
That was a good game.
That was a good game.
So Eddie,
Monday Night Football.
is the Raiders a real thing?
It's too early to tell, but they playing.
It's way too early. Again, they're healthy. That's key. I think everybody offensively and defensively for them, their big key players are healthy. Again, the Saints have no excuse. You know, you do have good wide receivers. I was in the middle about whomping somebody in fantasy, not in this league, but I had 160 freaking points. All I needed was for Emmanuel Sanders to catch one fucking ball, and they didn't even look his way, I don't think. The guy led the league last week in red zone targets. I think he had about 8 red zone targets. So I was like, oh, he's a lock. I'll start him. But again, I think there's too many excuses. I think you're seeing too much regression from Drew Brees, and again, that comes with age. I think Kamara's really good. So again, they did play a good Saints defense, but with no preseason and you know, with all these soft tissue injuries going around all over the league. I think the Raiders right now are hot. Do I think they sustain that? I don't know. They are in a division with the Chiefs, so I mean, they could make a run. They could sneak in for that wild card spot.
Right.
But are they going to win anything? Are they going to get past the first round? No, I don't think so.
All right. Any surprises besides the massive injuries? We'll move on from week 2. Anybody, any player, any team surprised you guys with how they're playing?
My 2, just because we just talked about it, is definitely the Raiders, because I was happy for John Gruden to get his first win and to see how he got the boys prepped and put together. And I always love Alabama running backs, and Jacobs is just another example.
He's a grown man.
Of a dog, bro.
Right.
I was really happy to see how well Carr played. Derek, I was about to say David, but shout out.
Same
Giants.
shit.
But I was really surprised to see how Derek played, and they were in that game until they won it. Bro, that surprised the hell out of me. And then I shouldn't be surprised, but I am surprised. Team-wise, the Jaguars, but overall, Minshew
mania.
He looks like a real deal for now.
Yeah.
That's early season.
That's my team and player, because what are they, 2-0?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
The Jags? Yeah, for no reason. For no reason.
Yeah.
Other than Minshew can ball.
No, I think they might be 1-1.
Raiders is 2-1.
They lost to the Titans.
Yeah, they're 1-1. They're 1-1. But they're about to be 3-1, but they got Miami on Thursday.
That's a tough pick.
Today. They got Miami today, because you guys are getting this episode today.
Right.
Exactly. I might be picking the Dolphins.
Jags 32, Miami 14.
All right, in the NFL recap, there was fines thrown around for people not quarantining and not being safe with the COVID happening. Eddie, explain what happened with the coaches and COVID.
So while Andy Reid decided to get a new mask that didn't fog up, finally, although the humor and the memes went down, we did see Mike Shanahan, Vic Fangio, Pete Carroll, John Gruden, Sean Payton all get fined $100K, and the teams got fined. What'd you say, John? It was $250K?
It was $100K for the coaches. It was 200. It was 200 plus K for the team.
Yeah. Turns out it turned into a $1.6 million fine for coaches not wearing masks during games. I mean, come on, guys. Let's be realistic here.
The fine?
What's that?
I think it should be higher.
You think it's excessive?
No, it's not excessive at all. You got to be
I
safe.
think the fine should be higher because that
Plus,
just speaks to what they're doing all week.
And they made a whole
chilling.
after week 1, they made it a point of emphasis. Everybody wear your mask. Coaches wear your mask. You know, they made it like they emphasized it.
Well, I said that.
So
John Gruden was making light of it. He was like, "Yo, I can't talk to my players. I can't talk to my people without my mask, with the mask on." But
man, get the Andy Reid, get the face.
Yeah, get the face shield. Whatever you got to do, the defogged face shield. All I got to say is Adam Gase wore his mask the whole game. I think he was wearing it over his eyes when he was calling plays because that's what it looked like.
I'm not gonna lie. If I was the coach, I'd just get me a Darth Vader mask and just talk my shit to them.
Yeah.
That's wild. But again, because again, most of the coaches were saying they're trying to coach, so their issue is telling their players, telling the staff, giving out plays, and therefore it happens where they just
Yeah, but you have a microphone that's attached to your quarterback's earpiece. You have assistant coaches. You can relay the message. They know what's going on. I think head coaches take their jobs a little bit way too seriously. There's a lot of moving parts in the NFL, so
I just think
there's no excuse.
I just think it's a reflection of the times. We know and we are identifying coaches on TV that don't believe in wearing the mask, period, out in their regular life.
Privilege.
They're showing that on TV.
Privilege.
Because Gruden did not care at all. And I'm
sure that's what I'm saying.
Told him at some point during the game, yo, they fined people earlier today.
Yo, and again, even in his press conference about it, he was still making light of it, I heard they fined and but I can't talk to my players. I need to talk to my players. It wasn't shit. Okay, take that honey and I'll eat it.
Oh, it's definitely not for him.
They can wipe that. No problem.
After a couple of shits, they might start suspending, and that's
and that's the bigger penalty, and that's what matters more.
Yeah,
I think that's the only way they're going to get it.
Yeah, this is the stepping stone. If they have multiple cases, then the severity of the penalties will become more severe. So, but niggas, wear your mags, man. It ain't that deep. Wear your mags.
That's not hard to do. I've been doing it since the beginning of the pandemic. Deal with it.
It ain't that crazy. That's the recap of the NFL, and that's the end of In Case You Missed It.
I got one more in case you missed it.
What's that?
I know we don't talk about it often, but since it was right down the street from me, the U.S. Open, Bryson DeChambeau won. And that was at the Winged Foot Golf Club, which is literally a mile away from me on Fenimore Avenue. I won't tell you where I live because I'm not going to be living here that much longer. But yeah, shout out Bryson DeChambeau, whoever you are.
Congratulations, young man, or and whoever you may be.
Right, he's a young man, I think.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's In Case You Missed It.